Have you ever wondered if everything we know about the origins of Ashkenazi Jews is really true? For centuries, their story has been told and retold. But what if history missed something shocking? Recent genetic studies have revealed surprising facts that challenge old narratives. Could their ancestors come from unexpected places? Is their lineage as pure as believed? Join us as we uncover a hidden chapter in history that might change everything you thought you knew. Imagine the ancient streets of Jerusalem, vibrant with life, where prayers rise with the morning breeze, and generations of Jewish families lived in harmony under the watchful gaze of history. This sacred land, filled with faith and tradition, was once the beating heart of the Jewish people, but history, relentless and unforgiving, swept across the land like a storm, scattering communities far and wide. Centuries ago, after the destruction of the Second Temple in 70 CE, a dark chapter unfolded. Roman legions razed the holy city, forcing countless Jews to flee their ancestral homeland. With tears in their eyes and hope clutched tightly to their hearts, these exiles embarked on a journey that would span continents and generations. This was the beginning of the great Jewish diaspora, a journey marked by resilience, survival, and an unbreakable bond to the land of Israel. Among these exiles were the ancestors of the Ashkenazi Jews, who found themselves navigating the uncertain landscapes of Europe. From the sunlit shores of the Mediterranean to the dense forests of the Rhineland, they sought refuge wherever they could. Their journey was anything but easy. They faced hostility, persecution, and the cold embrace of foreign lands. Yet, through it all, they carried the light of their traditions and the memory of their homeland. By the medieval period, Jewish communities had firmly established themselves in regions that now comprise Germany and France. These settlements became the cradle of Ashkenazi culture. Unlike their Sephardic counterparts who flourished in the Iberian Peninsula, the Ashkenazi Jews carved out a unique identity in the heart of Europe, an identity shaped by adversity and faith. Despite the hardships, Ashkenazi communities thrived. They built synagogues that echoed with timeless prayers, schools where sacred texts were meticulously studied, and marketplaces where merchants wove tales of distant lands. The Yiddish language, a beautiful fusion of Hebrew, German, and Slavic influences, blossomed as a testament to their ability to adapt while preserving their heritage. But history's winds were not always kind. The Crusades unleashed waves of violence against Jewish communities, and the infamous pogroms left scars that would never fade. Yet, even in the face of unimaginable suffering, the Ashkenazi Jews stood firm. Their connection to Israel, though distant geographically, remained etched in their souls. Every prayer, every song, and every tradition echoed with the longing for their ancestral homeland. As centuries passed, waves of migration reshaped the Ashkenazi landscape. Expulsions from Western Europe pushed many toward the east, particularly Poland and Lithuania, where they found relative stability. These new settlements became vibrant centers of Jewish life, renowned for their scholarship and cultural contributions. Imagine a Polish shtetl, where the aroma of freshly baked challah fills the air, and children gather around wise elders to hear tales of ancient Israel. These communities, though far from Jerusalem, nurtured a spiritual connection that transcended borders. The dream of returning to Zion never waned. Through centuries of wandering, persecution, and resilience, one truth remained unwavering: the longing for Israel. The land of their ancestors was not just a distant memory. It was a promise etched in their hearts. Even as they built lives in foreign lands, their prayers always turned toward Jerusalem. The phrase, "next year in Jerusalem," was more than a ritualistic chant. It was a declaration of hope. The modern state of Israel stands today as a testament to that enduring hope. For Ashkenazi Jews, as for all Jewish communities, Israel represents the fulfillment of ancient prophecies and the culmination of generations of longing. The connection is not merely historical, but deeply personal. The story of the Ashkenazi Jews is one of survival against all odds. It is a story that resonates deeply with the Israeli spirit, undaunted, resilient, and hopeful. From the ashes of pogroms and the horrors of the Holocaust, they rose, contributing immensely to the rebirth and flourishing of the Jewish state. Today, their journey stands as a testament to the unbreakable bond between a people and their heritage. The Ashkenazi Jews may have been scattered to the winds, but their hearts never strayed far from Israel. Their history is not just a tale of migration and settlement. It is a symphony of faith, courage, and an enduring love for the land that has always been their true home. Throughout history, the Ashkenazi Jews carried their traditions, faith, and identity across countless lands, but one thing remained a mystery: their true genetic origins. The ancient ties to the land of Israel were never questioned spiritually, but science had its own path to uncovering the truth. What if there was a way to look deeper into their lineage, revealing secrets that had been locked away for centuries? Modern advancements in genetic research have turned what was once speculation into undeniable evidence. With DNA testing becoming increasingly sophisticated, scientists embarked on a groundbreaking mission to trace the genetic roots of the Ashkenazi Jews and connect the threads of their remarkable journey. When researchers began analyzing the DNA of Ashkenazi Jews, they were astounded by what they found. Despite centuries of migration and living among diverse populations in Europe, the genetic markers of the Ashkenazi Jews remained strikingly consistent. Astonishingly, a significant portion of their genetic makeup traced back to the ancient Middle East, aligning with their historical origins in Israel. Imagine that. After generations of wandering through Europe, enduring countless hardships, the genetic connection to Israel was still there, strong and unyielding. This discovery wasn't just scientific proof. It was a testament to the enduring bond between a people and their homeland. However, the story didn't end there. As researchers dug deeper, they uncovered a surprising twist. Alongside their Middle Eastern heritage, the Ashkenazi Jews also carried genetic traces that linked them to European populations. This finding raised intriguing questions. How did this European connection come to be? What historical events could have shaped this unexpected genetic blend? Historians and scientists believe that during the early medieval period, as Jewish communities settled in various parts of Europe, intermarriage and assimilation contributed to this unique genetic signature. But even with these influences, the core identity rooted in Israel never faded. These genetic discoveries hold profound implications. For Ashkenazi Jews, the findings reaffirm their ancestral connection to Israel, a connection that transcends time and geography. It's a reminder that no matter where history takes a people, their roots remain firmly planted in the soil of their origins. But there's more. The blend of Middle Eastern and European genetic markers tells a story of adaptation and resilience, a story of a people who survived and thrived despite being scattered across the globe. It's a story that resonates deeply with the Israeli spirit, which is itself a blend of ancient tradition and modern innovation. In Israel today, where ancient history meets cutting-edge technology, these genetic findings are seen as a bridge between past and present. The scientific confirmation of ancestral ties to Israel doesn't just validate historical narratives. It strengthens the sense of belonging that many Ashkenazi Jews feel toward the land. Imagine standing in Jerusalem, knowing that the very DNA in your body carries echoes of ancestors who once walked those same streets. This profound connection is something that science has now made visible, but it has always been felt deeply in the heart. Beyond individual identity, these discoveries also foster a greater sense of unity within the Jewish world. The genetic links between Ashkenazi, Sephardic, and Mizrahi Jews underscore a shared heritage that transcends cultural differences. Despite the diversity within the Jewish community, the ties to Israel remain a unifying thread. As we continue to explore these genetic revelations, one thing becomes clear. Science and history, when intertwined, create a powerful narrative. They remind us that the past is never truly lost. It lives on in our very being, shaping who we are and connecting us to the land that has always been home. The journey of the Ashkenazi Jews, illuminated by both historical records and genetic discoveries, is a testament to the resilience of a people and the enduring bond with Israel. It's a story that speaks not just to the past, but to the future. A future where identity, science, and tradition come together to tell a tale of hope, belonging, and unbreakable connections. As we journey deeper into the story of the Ashkenazi Jews, one truth becomes increasingly clear. This is not just a tale of genetics or migration. It is a story deeply rooted in faith, history, and an unshakable connection to the biblical lineage that has defined Jewish identity for millennia. The land of Israel has always held a central place in this narrative. It was here that the patriarchs walked, where prophets spoke, and where generations of Jews lived out their faith. Despite being scattered across the world, Jewish communities have always looked back to Israel as their spiritual and ancestral homeland. The Bible speaks of the 12 tribes of Israel, descendants of Jacob, who formed the foundation of the Jewish people. These tribes were spread across the land, each with its unique role and identity. But as history unfolded, the unity of these tribes was challenged. Conquests, exiles, and migrations scattered them far and wide. Could the Ashkenazi Jews be descendants of these ancient tribes? Genetic evidence combined with historical records suggests a strong link. The discovery of Middle Eastern genetic markers in Ashkenazi Jews aligns with their origins in ancient Israel. This connection isn't just scientific, it's a fulfillment of biblical promises that the Jewish people would endure and maintain their identity, no matter where history took them. The story of the Ashkenazi Jews doesn't exist in isolation. They are part of a broader tapestry that includes Sephardic and Mizrahi communities. While the Ashkenazi Jews found their path through Europe, the Sephardic Jews thrived in the Iberian Peninsula, and the Mizrahi Jews remained rooted in the Middle East and North Africa. Despite these geographical differences, there are remarkable similarities. All these communities share common religious practices, traditions, and, as genetic studies have shown, a deep ancestral connection to Israel. This shared heritage is a testament to the enduring unity of the Jewish people. Imagine the scene: an Ashkenazi Jew standing beside a Sephardic Jew and a Mizrahi Jew in Jerusalem, all praying at the Western Wall. Though their paths through history were different, their hearts beat with the same longing for the land of their ancestors. This unity, forged through centuries of separation, is a powerful reminder of the strength and resilience of the Jewish identity. What makes this connection even more profound is how science and tradition converge. Genetic studies have not only validated ancient biblical narratives, but also highlighted the interconnectedness of Jewish communities. This scientific evidence strengthens the sense of belonging that many Jews feel toward Israel. Standing in Israel today, one cannot help but feel the weight of history and the promise of the future. The very soil carries the echoes of ancient footsteps, and the air is filled with prayers that have transcended generations. For Ashkenazi Jews, as for all Jewish communities, this connection to Israel is not just historical, it's personal. As we reflect on the journey of the Ashkenazi Jews, their ties to biblical lineage, and their connection to other Jewish communities, one thing becomes clear. This is a story of hope. It's a story of a people who, despite being scattered to the ends of the earth, never lost sight of their heritage or their homeland. Today, Israel stands as a living testament to that hope. It is a place where ancient traditions meet modern innovation, where the past and future converge. The Ashkenazi Jews, along with their Sephardic and Mizrahi brothers and sisters, have played a vital role in shaping this vibrant nation. Their journey, illuminated by both history and science, reminds us that the bonds of faith and ancestry are unbreakable. They connect generations, transcend borders, and unite a people with their land. As we continue to explore these connections, one thing is certain: the story of the Ashkenazi Jews is not just a chapter in history, it is a living testament to the enduring power of identity, faith, and an unyielding connection to Israel. As we dive deeper into the genetic and historical journey of Ashkenazi Jews, it becomes clear that their story is not without its challenges and controversies. While science has provided remarkable insights, it has also sparked intense debates among historians, geneticists, and religious scholars. These discussions often touch on sensitive questions about identity, origins, and the unbreakable connection to Israel. One of the most hotly debated topics is the genetic diversity within the Ashkenazi Jewish population. Some researchers argue that the strong presence of Middle Eastern genetic markers proves their ancient ties to Israel. This discovery aligns with historical records and affirms the biblical narrative of Jewish ancestry. However, other scientists have pointed out the significant influence of European genetic markers, leading to questions about intermarriage and assimilation over centuries. How much of the Ashkenazi genetic makeup is truly pure and directly linked to ancient Israel? This question has fueled passionate discussions, with some emphasizing that identity is about more than just DNA. Imagine the tension in a scientific conference room, where geneticists present conflicting findings. One group championing the Middle Eastern roots, while another highlights European influences. Yet, amid the debate, one truth remains clear. The connection to Israel, both spiritual and ancestral, has never wavered. Historians, too, have weighed in on the origins of Ashkenazi Jews. Traditional narratives suggest a direct lineage from ancient Israelites who migrated through the Roman Empire and eventually settled in Europe. These accounts are deeply cherished within Jewish tradition and resonate strongly with the Israeli narrative of return and resilience. However, some revisionist historians have proposed alternative theories. They suggest that the Ashkenazi Jews might have descended from a mix of Middle Eastern Jews and converts in Europe. These interpretations have sparked controversy, as they challenge long-held beliefs about Jewish continuity. Despite these differing views, the enduring bond with Israel remains a unifying factor. Even those who question the exact historical path of the Ashkenazi Jews acknowledge the profound cultural and spiritual connection to the land. Religious scholars have approached these debates with a different lens. For them, the question of genetic purity is less important than the preservation of Jewish faith and identity. The Torah and other sacred texts emphasize the spiritual lineage of the Jewish people, rooted in covenant rather than bloodline. Imagine a rabbi in Jerusalem addressing a congregation with words of wisdom. Our connection to Israel is not written in our genes, but in our hearts and our faith. These words resonate deeply with many who see the debates as secondary to the lived experience of being Jewish. Yet, even within religious circles, there are differing opinions. Some rabbis embrace the scientific findings as evidence of divine providence, while others caution against placing too much emphasis on genetic studies. This interplay between faith and science adds another layer of complexity to the conversation. In Israel, where ancient history meets modern innovation, these debates are viewed through a unique lens. For many Israelis, the scientific validation of ancestral ties to the land is a source of pride. It reinforces the sense of belonging and strengthens the connection to a shared heritage. However, Israel is also a place where diverse Jewish communities, Ashkenazi, Sephardic, Mizrahi, and others, live side by side. The focus is often on unity rather than division. The genetic discoveries, while fascinating, are seen as just one piece of a much larger story. Picture a bustling market in Tel Aviv, where Jews of all backgrounds come together, their differences blending into a vibrant tapestry of culture and tradition. This scene captures the essence of Israel, a place where history, identity, and diversity converge. As we reflect on the challenges and controversies surrounding the origins of Ashkenazi Jews, one thing becomes clear. Complexity is not a weakness, but a strength. The debates among historians, geneticists, and religious scholars highlight the richness of Jewish identity and the enduring connection to Israel. Rather than seeking definitive answers, perhaps the true value lies in embracing these complexities. They remind us that history is a living, evolving narrative, one that continues to shape who we are and where we belong. The story of the Ashkenazi Jews is not just about science or history. It's about faith, resilience, and an unyielding bond with Israel. It's a stories have the power to connect us on a deeply human level. When it comes to the Ashkenazi Jews, personal journeys often reveal surprising truths that go beyond history books and scientific studies. These are stories of discovery, identity, and an unshakable bond with Israel. Consider Sarah, a woman living in the United States. For most of her life, she believed she was just an ordinary American with no ties to distant lands. But a simple DNA test changed everything. The results showed a strong connection to the Middle East, particularly regions linked to ancient Israel. Shocked and curious, Sarah decided to dig deeper into her family history. What she found was astonishing. Her ancestors were Ashkenazi Jews who had migrated to Europe centuries ago. This discovery ignited a journey that took her to Israel, where she walked the streets of Jerusalem with tears in her eyes, feeling an unexpected yet profound sense of belonging. Imagine standing in the heart of Israel, where ancient stones whisper stories of resilience and faith. For Sarah, this was more than just a trip. It was a homecoming, a reconnection to a heritage she never knew she had. Then there's Dr. David Cohen, a geneticist who dedicated his life to studying human DNA. While conducting research on Ashkenazi genetics, he made a discovery that left him speechless. The genetic markers he had been analyzing weren't just data points. They were threads connecting his own family to ancient Israel. Dr. Cohen's professional journey suddenly became personal. He traveled to Israel, not just as a scientist, but as a descendant seeking to understand his roots. Standing at the Western Wall, he felt a connection that science alone could never explain. "Science brought me here," he said, "but faith will keep me connected." His story is a testament to how personal and professional worlds can collide in the most unexpected ways. The bond with Israel is not just about individual stories. It's about generations coming together. Rachel, an elderly Ashkenazi woman living in Tel Aviv, shares stories with her grandchildren about their ancestors' journey from Europe to Israel. They faced hardships, she says, her voice filled with emotion. But they never gave up on their faith or their dream of returning to this land. Her grandchildren listen intently, knowing that their heritage is a source of pride and strength. In homes across Israel, similar stories are told, stories of survival, perseverance, and an enduring connection to the land. These tales remind us that identity is not just about where we come from, but also about the values we carry forward. In today's world, technology has made it easier than ever to uncover our roots. DNA testing kits have become popular, offering people the chance to learn about their ancestry. For many Ashkenazi Jews, these tests have confirmed their connection to Israel and sparked journeys of self-discovery. But these discoveries aren't always straightforward. Jacob, a young man from London, was surprised to find Sephardic markers in his DNA alongside Ashkenazi ones. This revelation led him to explore the diverse tapestry of Jewish history and culture. "I always thought I was just Ashkenazi," he said. "But learning about my Sephardic roots opened up a whole new world for me." His story highlights the complexity and beauty of Jewish identity. What connects all these stories is a sense of belonging to a people, a culture, and a land. Israel stands at the heart of these journeys, a place where past and present converge. Imagine walking through the streets of Jerusalem, hearing different languages, and seeing people from all walks of life. Despite their diverse backgrounds, they are united by a shared history and a deep love for this land. These personal stories remind us that identity is not confined to genetic markers or historical records. It's about the experiences, connections, and emotions that shape who we are. As we conclude this exploration of personal stories, one thing becomes clear. The journey of the Ashkenazi Jews is a testament to the enduring power of identity and connection. From Sarah's unexpected discovery to Dr. Cohen's scientific revelation, from Rachel's generational wisdom to Jacob's exploration of diverse roots, these stories inspire us to embrace our heritage with pride. And at the heart of it all is Israel, a land that continues to be a source of inspiration, hope, and unity. It's a place where stories converge, where the past and present meet, and where the journey of discovery never truly ends. As we near the end of this journey through history, science, and personal stories, it's time to confront the question at the heart of our exploration. Are Ashkenazi Jews truly pure Jews? To answer this, we must weave together everything we've uncovered: the genetic studies, historical records, religious perspectives, and the unshakable connection to Israel. Genetic evidence. A strong bond to ancient Israel. Science has spoken, and the results are compelling. Genetic studies reveal a significant presence of Middle Eastern markers in the DNA of Ashkenazi Jews. These markers trace back to ancient Israel, offering undeniable proof of a deep ancestral connection. Yet, as we've seen, European influences are also present, reflecting centuries of migration, adaptation, and resilience. This blend of genetic heritage tells a story of survival and continuity, one that transcends the idea of purity. Imagine standing on the ancient hills of Israel, knowing that your very existence is a testament to the journeys and struggles of countless generations. This is the power of genetic discovery. It connects us to our past while illuminating our present. History, too, affirms the bond between Ashkenazi Jews and Israel. From the ancient Israelites who walked the lands of Canaan to the communities that thrived despite the challenges of exile and dispersion, the connection has never been severed. Even during the darkest periods of history, such as the pogroms and the Holocaust, the dream of returning to Israel remained alive. This resilience speaks to a profound sense of identity rooted in faith, tradition, and an unyielding connection to the land. Picture the streets of Jerusalem filled with voices from all corners of the world, yet united by a shared heritage. This is the living testament to the enduring bond between Ashkenazi Jews and Israel. Religious scholars offer a perspective that goes beyond genetics and history. For them, being Jewish is not about purity of blood, but about faith, practice, and community. The Torah speaks of a covenant, a promise that binds the Jewish people to God and to the land of Israel. This covenant is not defined by DNA, but by the values and traditions passed down through generations. Imagine a rabbi in Tel Aviv addressing a congregation with these words: "Our strength lies not in our genes, but in our faith and unity." This message resonates deeply, reminding us that identity is as much about the present as it is about the past. In Israel today, the question of purity is less important than the celebration of diversity. Ashkenazi, Sephardic, Mizrahi, and other Jewish communities come together to form a vibrant tapestry of culture and tradition. Walking through the markets of Tel Aviv or the ancient streets of Jerusalem, you see this diversity firsthand. It's a reminder that Israel is not just a land, but a living, breathing symbol of unity. The Israeli perspective embraces complexity and celebrates the shared history that unites all Jewish communities. This outlook offers a powerful lesson. Identity is not about division, but about connection. So, are Ashkenazi Jews truly pure Jews? The answer lies not in the narrow confines of genetic purity, but in the broader narrative of identity, faith, and belonging. They are part of a story that stretches back to ancient Israel, enriched by journeys across continents and strengthened by resilience in the face of adversity. Their connection to Israel is undeniable, both genetically and spiritually. But perhaps the real revelation is this: purity is not a requirement for identity. What matters is the shared history, the enduring faith, and the unwavering bond with Israel. As we conclude, let us embrace the complexity of this story. It reminds us that identity is not static but dynamic, shaped by history, faith, and the choices we make. The journey of the Ashkenazi Jews is a testament to the power of discovery and the strength of connection. It's a story that inspires us to look beyond divisions and celebrate the rich tapestry of heritage. And at the heart of it all is Israel, a land that continues to be a beacon of hope, unity, and inspiration. As we move forward, let us carry these lessons with us, embracing our histories, honoring our connections, and finding strength in our shared journeys. We've traveled through time, science, history, and personal narratives, all centered around the Ashkenazi Jews and their undeniable connection to Israel. As we approach the end of this fascinating journey, it's time to reflect on the larger picture. Faith is a bridge that connects generations. Imagine the prayers whispered in ancient Israel, echoed through centuries of migration and hardship, and carried forward today by millions around the world. This unbroken chain of devotion is a powerful testament to resilience. Sarah's story, Dr. Cohen's discovery, and Rachel's generational wisdom all teach us one thing: identity is about more than just origins. It's about the faith and values we carry within us. No matter where their journeys began, for many Ashkenazi Jews, Israel remains the ultimate anchor, a place where history breathes and heritage thrives. Walking through Jerusalem, hearing ancient prayers at the Western Wall, or watching the sunrise over the hills of Galilee, you can feel the weight of history and the promise of the future. Israel is not just a destination. It's a symbol of hope and continuity. It's where the past and present converge, creating a foundation for generations to come. We've shared incredible stories throughout this journey, but now it's your turn. Have you ever wondered about your own ancestry? Perhaps there's a hidden chapter waiting to be discovered. In today's world, where technology makes it easier than ever to uncover our roots, your journey might just be one DNA test or conversation away. Imagine finding a connection to ancient Israel, just as Sarah did. How would that discovery change your perspective on identity, faith, and belonging? The beauty of history is that it belongs to all of us. Each story, no matter how small, adds a unique thread to the tapestry of human experience. If this video has sparked curiosity or inspired you to explore your own heritage, share your story in the comments. Let's create a space where history comes alive through our collective voices. Call to action. Let's keep the conversation going. Thank you for joining us on this journey. We've explored ancient mysteries, uncovered surprising truths, and celebrated the enduring connection between Ashkenazi Jews and Israel. If you've enjoyed this video and want to learn more about history, heritage, and identity, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue bringing fascinating stories to light. Make sure to like this video if you found it insightful and share it with anyone who loves discovering the untold chapters of history. And most importantly, watch the entire video. There's always something new to uncover as we delve deeper into the past. History is not just about dates and facts. It's about the people who lived it, the stories they left behind, and the lessons we carry forward. The journey of Ashkenazi Jews and their bond with Israel is one such story. Complex, beautiful, and inspiring. Let's honor these stories by sharing our own, staying curious, and continuing to seek the truth. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.